Happy Friday, friends. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'll say it again. Happy Friday. We made it. Another week in the books. Another week closer to Christmas. Another week closer to the holidays being done. Hmm. Seems like they just got here. Seems like we were just counting down to Thanksgiving and now here, what do we got? Like another full work week and then we're into Christmas. Oh, it's going quick. It's going quick. Not complaining. Oh, God, I'm just having one of those days where you have those days where you just feel like you're 1 or 2 steps behind. Like, no matter how hard you're focusing, no matter how hard you're trying to just keep it together, you're just forgetting things here and there and here and there and everywhere. Like, this is now the 4th take that I've done starting this episode because every time I go to start, it's like I forget to do something and I have to stop and then I gotta start over and then I forget something else or the fucking music is queued up in the wrong spot or I hit the wrong button on the old soundboard and I get a gunshot instead of applause. It's like, oh my God, like maybe this is one of the effects of not having caffeine or weed. I don't know. It could also be that I got to work at 6 a.m. this morning, so that I could get a bunch of stuff done because I wanted to go to boxing practice at 9 a.m. because I have a holiday party I'm going to later on, so I can't go to the evening class. And that's probably more what it is. Like, I am not a morning person. If you know me, like, I'm capable of getting up early in the morning, okay? Like, we're all capable of doing anything, but I am not a morning person. I don't function well in the mornings. I just don't. And today, I was out of bed at 5:15, showered. I had I guess my green drink with my supplements and got my stuff ready, and then I was out the door, man. That was I think at one point, I was the only person on my floor at work and could possibly have been the only person in the entire building at the campus I work at. I mean, the lights weren't even on yet. Like, I was in my cube in the dark, you know? But it's all good. It's all good. I got stuff done, and I was able to go to boxing, which made me really happy because I just God, I fucking hate missing boxing practice. I just hate it. It drives me nuts. I feel like I'm missing out on progress. And sure, I could do stuff at home, but like it's not the same when you're there with the other people and everyone's putting in the work. So I get definitely a lot more accomplished when I'm there rather than when I'm in the garage or hell, even in the kitchen. I actually practice quite a bit in the kitchen, doing footwork drills and stuff like that. Um, I don't My kitchen has great lighting, and my my floors are a little slick, so, like, I can do my pivots and stuff really easy. It's not gonna tear my ankle or my knee up. Hey, day 8 day 8 of my 100 squats, 100 push-ups. I'm a little sore. Yesterday, I think I went a little too hard at CrossFit, and then our practice wasn't what it typically is on a Thursday because the gym was closed Wednesday because some guys were the out of town sparring with the coaches. So typically on Wednesdays we just do core work for an hour and a half to 2 hours of core work. So they bumped that to yesterday, and I was not expecting that. Had I known we were gonna do that, I would have chilled the fuck out at CrossFit. But that's okay. I mean, I woke up this morning and I was like, "Oh my god. My 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 abs, my hip flexors, like the real like just in between like the tops of your quads and like your hip flexors, like that area. Oh god. So sore. Oh so sore. But 8 days in a row. I'm trying to not look at the big picture of doing an entire year of this. So I think I probably need to break it into quarters. So really I should just break it into months because trying to look at it as doing this for 365 days, it seems I don't know about how you guys are. That seems a little overwhelming. Okay. That that doesn't seem attainable when I look at it, you know, like that. So I think I just need to take it like probably just a month at a time. So we'll get through, I've done 8 days now, so whatever I can't even think, 30 days roughly, so I got about 22 more days to roughly get a month, and I'm just going from there. So we'll knock out a month, and then I'll focus on the next 4 weeks and the next 4 weeks, but so far so good. My hips feel good. My chest is my chest is sore. I think that'll go away at some point. I mean, I'm hoping that will go away at some point. I'm sure it will, but overall, I'm making the routine. What do they say? What is it like? Something like 2 to 3 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks of doing like some sort of activity makes it a routine, but you have to stick with it. So I feel like kind of once I get to that 3 week mark, I feel like everything will have been adjusted by then. My body will be adjusted, my brain will be adjusted, and it will just be a routine where I just do it without thinking. Now like I still got to think about it, and I didn't even get to my stuff right away. It wasn't until an hour ago that I got to it. Uh, Normally I do it as soon as I get out of bed, but at 5:15, it was all I could do to stagger into the shower this morning. So 200 reps of, push-ups and squats between the two, that was not happening at 5:15. So I'll allow myself some grace, but typically I get up at a more normal time for me, and more normal time that I can bang those things out. Um, all right. God, what I wanted to talk about today, I, it's not necessarily a topic as it's just more of a fucking pet peeve. Okay. And raise your hand out there in podcast land. And I have my hand up. I'm literally raising my hand right now. Okay. Raise your hand if you think that New Year's resolutions are fucking stupid. My hand's up. Anybody else's? Yep. Yep. My studio audience, I think. Yeah. Molly has her paw up right now. I cannot stand New Year's resolutions. Okay. And I'm sure I'm going to get some pushback on, oh, but why? You set goals for yourself and you reach fine. Like setting goals is a good thing. But if you're going to let the calendar dictate when you can and can't start a goal, to me, that is just absolute batshit crazy. If I have a problem that I need to fix and it's November, why in the hell would I wait to fix it until January 1? Like, that makes no sense. If I've identified something in my life that I feel like I need to work on that's going to better myself, start it right now. Right now. Right meow. Start it. Don't fucking wait days or weeks or months until some bullshit fucking slogan time comes into effect. New Year's resolution. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. No, you've already failed yourself. You've already failed yourself. You've already created an excuse to not do what you should be doing. You've already failed. Before you've even started, you've already failed. The thing that, and whatever that thing is, whether it revolves around exercise or food, or maybe you want to read more or spend more time with your kids, or I don't know, be a better significant other. Like whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. In input whatever that issue is that you've identified that you want to work on, you have already set yourself up for failure by picking some stupid fucking date in the future to begin doing it. And I don't care if I get pushback. Prove me wrong. You can't. You can't prove me wrong on this one because deep down, you know I'm right. Whatever that goal is that you've identified for yourself, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. Start it now. Start it now. There's no time like the present. As cheesy as that sounds, it's 100% accurate. There is no time like the present. You don't know what could happen between now and January 1. You have no fucking idea. Let's just say, and this is going to be a real fucking grim example, okay? This is a real grim example. This is an outlier example to the extreme, but let's be honest, crazy shit happens every fucking day in this world, okay? If I've identified an issue maybe surrounding a significant other and I decide I want to be a better partner to them, a better husband, a better wife, a better boyfriend or girlfriend. And I think, man, I just don't know how. Okay, I have this plan. Okay, January 1, I'm going to make these changes so that I can be a better partner to them going forward. And you do all this research and here we are, it's the whatever the fucking day is today, December 16th. I think it's the 16th. I have no idea what the date is. And then lo and behold, tomorrow your significant other gets in a car wreck and gets fucking killed. Well, how are you now? I told you this is an extreme example. I would much rather have started immediately with that goal, like immediately working on being a better partner so that at least with their remaining time, albeit 24 hours, at least in that 24 hours, they could have seen the change, seen the effort, felt the love. Don't wait. Please don't wait. Do you ever say something and then as you're saying it, you think, man, that was just like a little too far out there? I mean, I told you that was an extreme example. It really was an extreme example. But I feel like you get my point. My point is, you don't know what the future is going to hold. You have no fucking clue. If you have the ability to start making a change to better your life, just please don't wait. Just start right now. Start right now. And I'm not saying that I've always had this mentality. I can't say I created. Within myself, I created I forced this fucking mentality into my head when all right, okay, I'm going to share something here that's okay, maybe a little weird, a little awkward, but in all fairness, I said going into this podcast, I think the key for me being successful with this is to not be afraid to have tough conversations and to just be brutally honest, with about things with my life. Okay. So, oh God, if this was during COVID. So I don't know, like 2020, 2019, 2020. I think it was, like, during this like, the second round of lockdowns, like, just that dreary fucking winter that we had, and, we're all locked inside, and I'm doing these fucking really uninspired workouts in my garage, and I just felt like my brain was eating itself, and I wasn't happy, like, with my body. I could just kinda tell I felt sluggish, for me and for what I'm accustomed to, I just felt lethargic, and, you know, one of the tipping points there were 2 tipping points. One, it was like 11:30 at night, and I was standing in a dark kitchen with the fucking freezer door open, and I'm just eating strawberry ice cream. I don't know why I had strawberry ice cream because I don't really care for ice cream, but I had some, and I was high, and I was just eating it straight out of the half-gallon tub, just eating it. And I was like and I like, it's something just internally slapped me in the face, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Ugh." I was, like, disgusted with myself, okay? I was literally disgusted with myself. So then oh, no, it gets better. So then, uh, I threw the fucking I put the ice cream back, okay? And then, I went into the bathroom. I took off all my clothes. I was standing buck naked in my bathroom, and I turned on all the lights, all right? And I took a picture front facing the mirror, and then I took a picture back facing the mirror. No edits, no filters, no nothing. A very raw, unapologetic couple of photos of myself because I wanted to see what I look like. I feel like I hadn't seen what I look like, you know? I think we get so used to, "Oh, I gotta do the fucking filter and I gotta edit," and, "Oh, I wanna make it softer," or, whatever, change the fucking tone, and it's like, nope, these were just unedited, well-lit, naked photos of myself so I could see my body, and I looked at those pictures, and I was like, "OMG, what have I done to myself? What the fuck have I done to myself? Too much weed, too much bullshit food." It was not good. I was not for me and for what I was accustomed to with my body, I was fucking mortified. I was not at all happy with what I had done to myself. I had no one to blame. That was all fucking me. That was all me, and my food choices, my workout choices, like, even the way I was eating, workouts were not able to overcome that. They were not able to overcome that. And I literally just fucking stood there. I probably stood there for 10 straight minutes just going back and forth between the 2 pictures. And I was like, "Oh my god." I would just cringe. And I was getting furious with myself that I could allow my body for the standards that I have for myself to get out of control like that, okay? And I feel like on some level, a lot of motherfuckers out there can relate to this. I am not immune to this by any means, all right? Like, I've been athletic and fit my entire life, but for me and for my standards, for what I'm accustomed to, I let shit get out of control. It got out of hand. And that's when I was weighing 100 and I hit 192 pounds. For me, I got no business being that heavy. None whatsoever. So I put my clothes back on, and then I immediately went into the kitchen. I grabbed a garbage bag, and I took all the bullshit that was in my fridge and fucking threw it outside. It all had to go in the trash. Everything. I hardly had anything left in my fridge. I didn't it's almost like, like, what's the saying, "You're too deep in the forest to see the trees," or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I was deep in the woods at that point. I didn't even realize how much garbage I had been buying and consuming on a daily basis until those 2 pictures punched me in the fucking face. I didn't even realize. And right in that moment, literally in that moment, I became obsessed with righting the ship, with undoing the damage that I had done. I became fucking obsessed with it. And whether that's healthy mentally or emotionally, I have no idea. I didn't give a shit. In the moment, I did not care. I did not care. The only thing that mattered to me was getting my body back to a place where I felt it was acceptable, and I didn't care what it took to get there. And I talked about becoming obsessed, I don't know, a couple episodes ago, whether it was mentally or emotionally healthy for me. I honestly, I think it probably was beneficial to me. It gave me clarity, it gave me drive. I feel like I didn't have a lot of purpose at that point. I was just kinda gliding through I was gliding through fucking life, man. I was a I was a boat without a rudder at that point, and life was just kinda taking me where it wanted me to go, and I had to take control of what I was doing with my life, and it all fucking started with diet, and it started with, honestly, increasing my cardio because I really let that go, and I just became absolutely obsessed with undoing the damage that I had done. Now, I remember this time of year because, God, I wanna say this was prior to Christmas. It might have even been prior to Thanksgiving. Um, what would the benefit have been to wait? I mean, sure, I coulda, "Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna make this big life change January 1. I'm gonna wait 8 weeks, and then January 1, I'm gonna get after it." W Why? What's the point? I've already failed before I started. I already gave myself an out. I already quit before I even started had I done that. I needed to start immediately. Like, I couldn't wait to fucking work out that next day. I couldn't wait to go to the grocery store and just get some normal fucking food. Nothing in the middle, everything on the perimeter. Like, I couldn't wait. And if I hadn't have been so high that night, I probably would have went to the store that night. But I couldn't drive and I wasn't walking there. Although I probably should have walked there. But I was excited. I was so motivated to unfuck that situation. So that's all I'm trying to get across with New Year's resolutions. Fuck them. Don't let a calendar dictate when you want to make a life change. You make the change now. Make the fucking change now. God, I hate New Year's resolutions. Ah, they just fucking drive me nuts. And now we're in the season for them, and they're gonna be popping up everywhere, and fucking commercials and shit on social media. It just, God, it just drives me insane. It just drives me insane. Please, man, just don't fall into that bullshit. Just do me a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Don't fall for it. Start rat meow. All right? That's all I got to say about that. Oh, man. I feel like I can exhale a little bit. Like that gets all just bottled up inside me, you know? The more I see stuff about that, it just like, and I just want to scream it to the stars. But instead, I get to scream it into a microphone. And hopefully, I'm hopeful that a whole bunch of people hear this. And feel free to share feel free to share with your friends this episode, because of all the fucking bullshit that I've talked about, I feel like this is an important one. All right, I feel like this one's like really important for any aspect of your life. If if you're making a change, just start it now. Don't wait. All right, well, because we are in the holiday season, I mean, I had to ask Bard for what are the best gifts to give for Christmas. And I don't think Bard is capable of giving like a specific gift, like give him an Xbox. It's not given that. It's more giving genres of gifts. Okay. And it's really not a bad list. It's really not a bad list at all. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I thought it was gonna give me, like specific, give 'em a squat rack, give 'em a fucking set of tires for their truck. I don't know, something like that, but it didn't. So I'm gonna go through these. I don't think it actually ranked them. It just gave me a list 1 through 10. So I'm just gonna go down the list. So the first one it gave experiences. Hmm, that is a good one. I mean, it's something that you're not just giving someone, but depending on the experience, you might get to experience it as well, you know? Like if it's a trip somewhere, I'm fucking going. I'm going. Let's go. Like this Jamaica trip I mean, it's kind of a Christmas present to ourselves that we're taking in February, but it's an experience and it's going to be awesome. And it's something that we both get to do together. Like I'm fucking geek for it. I think it's important to get gifts for yourself. I always try to give myself like one little treat, one little gift that's something that I want that I might not normally get, during the rest of the year because I'm fucking cheap as hell. But I'll splurge a little bit, you know? I haven't decided what that gift is this year. I mean, it's probably going to be like some fucking hoodie that, I don't need because I have a jillion hoodies already. But like, okay, confession time. I'm a total whore for hoodies. I, I'm such a whore for hoodies. Hoodies are all I wear for the most part. Every day, I'm wearing a hoodie. There are some times, depending on what I'm doing at work, I can't wear a hoodie. But if I'm not doing those very specific things or it's a day off, oh man, hoodie and joggers and some sandals. And I'm good. I'm good. All right, number 2, personalized or handmade gifts. Ah, I like that just because of the amount of effort that goes into making something like that, you know? Like, regardless of what it is. And I have an example, but I don't wanna say it just because I'm not 100% positive of who might be listening to this. Um, but I can say, you know, I have now seen firsthand someone spending a lot of hours hand making a specific gift, and it's awesome to see because they love making it, and I know that the person that is going to get it is absolutely gonna love it, you know? It's absolutely gonna love it, and I'm so excited to see the finished product. It's just it's so cool. So if you have that kind of skill or that kind of talent, you know, you're artistic, you can paint or you woodwork, you know, stuff like that. I mean, what a great gift. What a great gift. You know what? I wish I knew someone who knew how to do the glass blowing. Have you ever seen that done? There was a place when I was a little kid in Cannon Beach. There was a glass blowing place, and every once in a while we'd stand outside and you could watch them, you know, blow on the glass and form in bowls and cups and stuff like that. Like it's, you know, it's really cool to watch in person. I feel like sometimes the videos don't really do it justice that you see on like social media or YouTube. Um, Number three, gadgets and tech. Their examples: smartphone. Let's not give phones out or smartwatches. I feel like let's give gifts that are like. I mean, I get that like they're cool, you know, and I guess we need them, but you get someone a new phone and then all they do is just spend all their time on a new phone. One example they have though, a virtual reality headset. Have anyone ever done one of those? I did one once, but it was like an earlier version of one. So, like, it was okay, but I feel like the ones now are awesome. Like, they're awesome. Like, you feel like you're in the Matrix. I don't know, man. I kinda wanna get one. Like, that's been something that's been on my radar for a little bit. So, you know, if I were to spoil myself with, like, a stupid gift I don't need, but I want, I feel like it would be on something like that, like a really cool virtual reality, and then I'd probably get bored with it in, like, 2 weeks, and then it'd just collect dust. Number 4, cozy and comforting gifts. Hmm. I mean, they have, like, blankets, slippers, a bathrobe. I mean, part of me, I'm thinking weed, mushrooms, maybe like a nice scotch. You know, that's comforting, isn't it? Maybe like a nice, like a really nice box of chocolates, you know, like fancy chocolates, something like that. Like that's comforting to me. They also have scented candles. I love I have candles all over my house. I'll get them all going sometimes. Oh god, it smells so good in here. Books and subscriptions. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I know you can get, you know, iTunes gift cards and, you know, Spotify. They do have audiobooks now that they have finally started included for free, but most of their audiobooks you have to pay for. So, what a great gift. Buy someone an audiobook, you know, or just buy someone a book if they're avid readers. Don't buy me a book because I probably will just find it on audiobook. So just get me the audiobook. Subscriptions to boxes or services. Hmm. So they talk about like beauty products. This one I think could go more along the lines of like the meal plans. You know, there's all those different kinds of meal plans. So like if you're dating someone who's, you know, always training and maybe doesn't have a shit ton of time. Yeah, like getting them those, the pre-made meals, and I can't think of what some of the names of some of them are. And there's some local ones that are around Washington, um, but they're actually pretty good. I've tried a couple of them. They're not bad. They're not bad. My girlfriend is subscribed to, I believe it's called BarkBox. So, like, once a month, they send a box, like, full of chew toys and some treats and stuff like that, and, I mean, the fucking dogs go wild for it, like, they love it. They absolutely love it. So, like, what a great gift if someone's got a bunch of dogs, and you sign them up for a BarkBox. Like, that'd be so cool to for a year, I'm getting I'm getting boxes once a month full of dog toys and treats. Like, that's awesome. Number 7, donations in their name. Yeah, I mean, donations are cool. I'm just so skeptical about, like, where the money's actually going. Like at Safeway when, before you scan your card, "Would you like to make a donation to where?" Well, how the fuck do I know that you're giving any money to that donation? Like, let me see your taxes. Let me see your taxes. Show me your donation list. Like, I don't know. I'm just skeptical about just giving money. I don't just give money. Actually, that's not true. There's one there's one homeless lady that, because of a former job that I've had in this area, I've seen this lady around for 20 years, and she probably has some mental health issues, but she's always really nice, and anytime she's, hanging out outside of the grocery store where I shop at, I'll usually buy her a sandwich and, like, a hot chocolate or something like that, or if I got a few bucks, I'll kick her a few bucks, but, like, she's it. I don't give anybody else any money ever. That's just not how I roll, but for whatever reason, I got a soft spot for this lady. I don't know, I think just because 'cause I've seen her around for so many years now. Um, Number 8, upskilling opportunities. So signing someone up for, like, a course or a workshop or some sort of online learning subscription, like, Duolingo. I've used Duolingo now for a year. Before I went to Italy, I was doing all the lessons I could get in Italian, trying to learn as much as I could before I went. And I mean, I'm terrible at learning languages, but it was actually a lot of fun. So, like, what a cool gift. Get someone a year subscription to something like that, or whatever they're interested in, or maybe something that you feel like could benefit them that they haven't even identified yet, you know? Like, what a cool thing to do. Gift baskets at number 9. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not, I mean, I get that people do that, but I've never been a big, gift basket. I kinda just pick out the candy and then just whatever with all the other stuff. And I'm not saying, like, I've gotten a lot of gift baskets in my life, but I feel like, like, when you're a little kid, like, every once in a while, you'll get a gift basket, and you'll be like, "Oh, thanks, I guess. Thanks for stuffing, like, 2 pair of socks, a pair of underwear, and, like, a bunch of candy. I guess I'll take the candy and then forget about the important stuff," which now as an adult, honestly, I'd rather get socks and underwear, but not just any socks or any underwear. Like, I'm very picky. Like, we're all kinda clothes snobs with what we like, and I only have a specific kinda underwear that I wear, and I have only a specific kinda socks that I wear. And I don't want anyone buying me socks or underwear unless it's those specific things. So if anyone wants to buy me socks or underwear for any occasion, okay, maybe it's my birthday or Christmas or whatever, just go ahead and shoot me a DM at Jake Brown Pod on Twitter and on Instagram. I'll let you know exactly what to get. I will send you the a fucking link from Amazon for exactly what I would want. But please don't go rogue. And I feel like most people are like this with their undergarments. Uh, that's definitely a gift that you wanna know exactly what they want before you go and buy something. Don't just buy some random fucking underwear thinking that it's gonna be okay, because there's a 99.9% chance it's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay, alright? It's not gonna be okay. And even, like, for guys, "Oh, big, rough, tough guys, no, we don't give a shit about that." No. Guys still give a shit about that. Guys still care. I mean, you gotta think about you know, stuff can get out of whack, you know what I mean? You don't want things getting in directions they shouldn't be going or hanging in way. You see my point here. So we all have, like, our own specific underwear that keeps everything as it we would like it, as we would like it. And if you deviate from your preferred undergarment, well, sometimes things can get a little scattered. Scattered. Yeah. So just find out what they like if you're going to get someone some underwear or some socks. This fucking podcast is going off the rails today. All right. Last one, number 10, tickets to a show or an event. I feel like that's kind of along the lines of experiences, the first one. Personally, I'm really I don't like concerts. I it's not that I don't like sporting events. I just don't like all the other people who go to sporting events. I wish we could I mean, hey, this is probably gonna be a hot take. Honestly, I wish that no alcohol was sold, at, like, NFL games and shit like that. Uh, Call me crazy, but the last thing I wanna do is be around 80,000 drunk people. And I know that most of the people there aren't drunk, but it's like, uh, the number of fights it seems like that go on at NFL game, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Like, I just wanna if I go, I just wanna sit and watch the game. I don't wanna have to worry about some fucking idiot vomiting pretzels and a fucking hot dog on my head, like, or spilling a beer on me, or me getting punched because someone tried to punch someone else and like, no. Like, come on. What I'm just so over it. And I know, like, I'm old and I sound like, fucking get off my lawn guy right now, but that's just how I feel. I feel like the older that we get, like, the more calm that we want. And alcohol does not bring any calm. It just doesn't. Champagne kinda does, but people just, like, pounding as many beers as they can within 3 quarters before, the concessions close. It's like, just we gotta stop with that. So, I've only been to 1 concert my entire life. 1 concert. 1. I'm 47. I've been to 1 concert, and the only reason I went was that the person who had tickets, they were in a suite, so I didn't have to be around people. That was the only way I was going. If it just would have been random fucking seats out in the arena, it was at the Rose Garden. This is like, I don't know, 2001? I wasn't going, I was out. But they're like, "Oh, we got a suite, so you wanna come?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I wanna come." Kanye West opened for for, U2. Like, what a bizarre combo that was. And I love both those groups. Kanye West, and this is back when, gold this was the gold digger year for Kanye. Like, he opened for U2, and I've always liked U2. I don't know why people remember when U2, like just they somehow just uploaded their fucking album to everyone's iPhone, and people just lost their shit over it. I didn't. I thought it was cool. I was like, "What? I get a free U2 album? Not just a song, I get the whole album?" I was like, "Okay. I'm okay with that. Send me another one." People were just losing their mind over that. It didn't make any sense to me. People get so upset about the weirdest shit sometimes. It doesn't make sense. Life's too short. Someone wants to give you free music. Just shut the fuck up and say thank you. All right. I think that's my show today. It's a good Friday show. I feel like I just vented the whole time, you know? I feel like I just vented. This was like more of a therapy episode for me. Maybe that's what I'll title it. Episode 16. Uh Jake has a therapy session. No, I'm not going to title it that. All right, regardless of where you are, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you get outside. I'm supposed to ride dirt bikes tomorrow, but we'll see. Haven't heard back from someone yet. So we'll see. Sun's out. Go enjoy it. Eat good food. Hug your friends and family. And I will talk to you later.
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time!